Chosen ones, if you have found yourself at this precise moment, it is not by chance. Something far greater than any earthly plan is unfolding in your life, drawing you toward a destiny that has been orchestrated long before you were even aware of it. Listen closely, for a door to endless wealth has just opened before you, and the Spirit is urging you to step boldly into it. You may have felt overlooked, undervalued, or uncertain if your prayers were ever heard, but let me assure you, your waiting season has served its divine purpose. Every tear shed and every battle fought has shaped you for this glorious unveiling. This is the turning point, the hour you have dreamed of, the moment you have longed for, and it is arriving with a power you can scarcely imagine. Feel the shifting in your spirit right now. With each word you hear, let a fresh wave of hope rise within you. The breath of God is blowing upon your circumstances, and what once seemed impossible will soon become your testimony of His limitless grace. Type 777 in the comments as a bold declaration of your readiness. This single act is not just a comment, it is your prophetic agreement that you are standing on the threshold of supernatural favor. Like this video and subscribe, because throughout this journey, more revelations will unfold to guide you into the overflow that awaits. Stay with me until the very end, for this message is laden with keys designed to unlock doors you never knew existed. Step into the mindset of faith. There is a stirring inside your soul that can no longer be ignored. Everything you have been through, the heartbreak, the disappointments, even the silent seasons, has been leading you to a greater revelation of who you truly are. The wealth that is being poured out for you is not limited to finances alone. Though you will witness a remarkable shift in your material resources, this wealth will infiltrate every area of your life, your health, your relationships, your sense of purpose. No more living with the burden of scarcity. No more waking up to the grip of worry over your bills. The one who created heaven and earth, who placed the stars in the sky and calls them each by name, has declared a new chapter over you. One of abundance, expansion, and freedom. Think of the many heroes of faith who walked a path of trial before stepping into triumph. Recall Joseph, who was thrown into a pit and sold into slavery, only to rise into leadership that saved nations. Or Esther, an orphan girl who found herself crowned as queen for a time when her boldness would liberate her people. Their paths were never easy, yet every obstacle was a setup for greater influence. In the same way, your path has not been easy, but it has refined you, sharpened you, prepared you for a wealth that comes with impact. This is not mere riches for the sake of comfort. It is a divine instrument to transform you and the world around you. Right now, your spirit is bearing witness to a truth that resonates so powerfully you can feel it. You know that life was never meant to be a perpetual struggle. You sense that something is about to shift, that a veil is lifting from your eyes, revealing opportunities that were hidden in plain sight. Once you fully embrace this shift, doors will open so suddenly that others will wonder how you achieved so much in such a short time. But you will know, it was the hand of God, orchestrating every connection, every breakthrough, every open door. Let the weight of that assurance sink into your heart and fill you with a courage that surpasses all understanding. Dare to believe that you are worthy of this blessing. So many hold themselves back with thoughts of unworthiness, convinced that abundance is only for certain individuals or that God might bless someone else but not them. Cast aside those lies. There is no scarcity in heaven. The God who multiplied the loaves and fish, who brought water out of a rock, and who spoke creation into existence, has never lacked the capacity to bless. If you will align your faith with His promise, if you will prepare your heart to receive, you will be amazed at how swiftly circumstances change. Remember, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. The wealth prepared for you is already in motion. Your faith is simply the hand that reaches out to grasp it. Shift your perspective from fear to expectancy. The moment you do, you will start to see signs that this transformation is underway. Strangers may offer you opportunities. Doors that were once slammed shut will suddenly be ajar, and resources you never imagined will flow into your life. The world may call it coincidence or luck, but deep in your spirit, you will know it is neither. It is divine alignment. Just as a river flows naturally along its course, blessings will flow in your direction, seeking you out because you are magnetizing them by the power of your belief. Yes, the power of your belief. In times past, you may have doubted your capacity to receive something so grand, but those doubts are fading now, replaced by a vibrant expectancy that radiates from deep within. Consider the parable of the talents in the scriptures. The servants who stewarded their resources wisely were entrusted with more. This is a timeless principle woven into the fabric of the universe. The door to endless wealth is not about reckless consumption. It is about wise multiplication. It is about recognizing that your gifts, your time, and even your finances can be used in a manner that not only elevates your life, but blesses countless others. Open your heart to the idea that you are not merely a receiver of blessings, you are a conduit through which these blessings can flow to others. This mindset shift ensures that the wealth you acquire will never become stagnant or self-centered. Instead, it will perpetuate good works, support missions and charities, empower your family, and sow seeds into future generations. Keep your focus forward, dear chosen one. Glancing back at the past will only remind you of the pain and doubts. Where you are headed is so much bigger than where you have been. As you step across the threshold into this new season, the trials of yesterday will seem like a distant memory compared to the magnitude of what God is doing now. Let your heart sing with gratitude. Let every breath you take be a celebration of the fresh opportunity unfolding before you. Feel the stirring in your spirit intensify. There is a shift in the atmosphere that cannot be denied. Faith is rising like never before. In this moment, I challenge you to release every worry you carried into this day. Release the concerns about tomorrow. Release the memories of past disappointments. Instead, anchor your spirit in the promise that endless wealth is unfolding for you. Picture that door opening wide, pouring out favor, resources, and unexpected blessings. See it in your mind. Feel it in your heart, and know that once God opens a door, no one can shut it. Type 777 in the comments if you dare to say yes to this new chapter, if you dare to believe that heaven's storehouses are bursting with blessings that have your name on them. Declare publicly that you are stepping out of mediocrity and into divine favor. By this simple act of faith, you are solidifying your inner transformation. And you are making a statement that says, I will no longer settle for crumbs when a feast has been prepared for me. Keep listening, because there is more to be revealed. Do not click away. Do not let the distractions of life pull you out of this holy moment. Every second you invest in absorbing this message is preparing your heart for the overflow. Every word is an arrow of truth, hitting the target of your doubts and dismantling them so that faith can flourish. You may be wondering how things can turn around so quickly. Perhaps you are concerned that you do not have enough education, enough connections, or enough skills. Let me remind you, God's economy is not limited by human metrics. He can elevate you in ways that defy every limitation you see in the natural realm. Consider David, the shepherd boy who had no formal training for warfare yet defeated Goliath, or Gideon, the least in his family, who led a small army to a miraculous victory. When the favor of God rests upon you, it cancels every shortcoming, overrides every deficit, and positions you for a monumental breakthrough. Now, lean in a little closer because this next part is vital. When the door to endless wealth opens, it also opens you to a new level of responsibility. You are not entering this realm merely to accumulate for yourself. You are called to be a blessing. The reason wealth is coming is that you have a heart that yearns to make a difference. Perhaps you have a vision to start a non-profit, to lift your community, to fund educational scholarships, or to provide for loved ones in ways you have never been able to before. God sees that heart, and He is unlocking resources to match it. Do not be surprised when more is entrusted to you, because your capacity to handle more has grown. There is a reason you have endured so much. Fire refines gold, and adversity refines character. Your struggles have cultivated qualities like perseverance, empathy, and courage. They have cleansed you of superficial motives, leaving you with a pure desire to follow the calling of the Almighty. That is why, now, in this pivotal season, you are uniquely suited to receive and steward a greater measure of blessing. You will not squander it because you have tasted lack. You will not become prideful because you have known humility. You will lift others up because you remember what it felt like to be down. Allow that sense of purpose to fill every corner of your being. Let it guide your prayers, your actions, and your decisions. When you align with this purpose, you become an unstoppable force for good. The floodgates of favor will not only drench your life, but also flow out from you to water the seeds of promise in others. That is the power of stepping through the door of endless wealth with pure intention. If you are listening this far, something within you is resonating at a level words cannot fully express. This is the Holy Spirit's confirmation that everything you are hearing is not just wishful thinking. It is a revelation meant explicitly for you in this season. Accept it, embrace it, speak it aloud. I receive my endless wealth, and I align my life to use it for a greater good. When you speak these words, you release a chain reaction in the spiritual realm, accelerating the manifestation of the promise. Now, take a deep breath and picture yourself a few months or even a year from now. Visualize the difference in your daily life. Imagine your finances stable, your relationships thriving, your mind overflowing with peace. In place of anxiety, you have confident expectation. Where you once feared the future, you now greet every sunrise with excitement. See the new opportunities that come knocking. Imagine picking up the phone to hear someone on the other line offering a partnership, a promotion, or an investment idea that blesses you beyond measure. This is not fantasy. It is faith giving substance to the blueprint God has designed for you. Do not shrink back with false humility, thinking you do not deserve it. None of us deserve the grace we receive, and yet it is lavished upon us. So open your hands, open your heart, and let the overflow come. You will find that as you release the grip of fear, your hands become free to receive more than you ever could have imagined. The more you trust, the more you will see the miraculous unfold. Faith is not about what you can do, it is about what God can do through you when you believe. Pay attention, for there will be key moments in the coming days where a choice is placed before you. You might be presented with an opportunity that feels too good to be true. Instead of running from it, pray for discernment. You might see a door that looks difficult to open. Instead of walking away, remember that God opens doors no man can shut, and shuts doors no man can open. These are the divine setups you have been preparing for. Move forward with wisdom, but do not let fear masquerade as caution. Recognize when it is time to step out of the boat and walk on the water of your calling. If you feel something stirring in your chest right now, that is the spark of destiny lighting up your spirit. Do not douse that flame with unbelief. Fan it. Let your gratitude rise. Gratitude is the catalyst that multiplies blessings. Even before you see the full manifestation of the promise, thank God for it. Say, Lord, I thank you that my endless wealth has already been released in the heavens, and I am walking into it step by step. That attitude of thanksgiving invites an even greater outpouring. Look around you at the resources you already have. Sometimes we wait for a grand miracle without realizing we are surrounded by seeds waiting to be planted. Your connections, your skills, your ideas. These are seeds. Plant them in faith. Nurture them with expectation. Harvest time will come quicker than you think, and when it does, your storehouses will overflow. In that moment, remember where your help comes from. As the psalmist said, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." Once you are blessed, do not forget to be a blessing. The world is crying out for solutions, for hope, and for kindness. With the wealth you receive, you can be an answer to those prayers. Support causes that tug at your heart. Help the less fortunate not out of pity, but out of genuine love and empathy. This, my friend, is how your wealth becomes an eternal investment. This is how you store treasures in heaven while enjoying the fruits of your labor here on earth. I can already sense a release happening. Some of you are beginning to feel lighter, as though a heavy burden is lifting from your shoulders. That weight of constant worry over finances, the recurring anxiety over tomorrow, is dissolving in the presence of divine truth. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And freedom is exactly what you are stepping into. Freedom from lack, freedom from fear, freedom to create, to dream, and to live without the shackles that once held you down. Yes, there will still be moments where challenges arise, but your response will be different. You will face them with unwavering confidence, knowing that you have been promised endless wealth and unstoppable favor. Trials will come, but they will not consume you. Instead, they will refine you, drawing you even closer to the source of your blessing. You will look back on these challenges and see how each one propelled you deeper into your inheritance. Let every cell in your body vibrate with expectancy. Begin to speak the language of abundance. Replace phrases like, "I can't afford it," or "I'm always struggling," with words that align with your destiny. I live in abundance. The door to endless wealth is wide open for me. I am blessed to be a blessing. Over time, these affirmations will rewire your thought patterns, making you a powerful magnet for the resources and opportunities you desire. If at any point doubt tries to creep back in, return to this message. Listen again. Let the words resonate and breathe life back into your faith. There is no shame in needing repeated reminders. Faith is like a muscle. It grows through consistent exercise and reinforcement. The more you immerse yourself in words of life, the stronger your belief will become. Doubt will find no foothold in a mind that is saturated with truth. You may feel a gentle nudge prompting you to take a leap of faith in some area of your life. Maybe it's a business idea, a creative project, or a major move you've been putting off. Do not ignore that prompting. Often the greatest blessings lie on the other side of obedience. Trust that God would not stir your heart this way if He did not intend to equip you for success. You will find that He has already made the water solid beneath your feet. Chosen ones, type 777 right now if you're ready to take that leap. If you're ready to see what life looks like when you fully surrender to this wave of blessing. Each time you see those numbers appear, let it remind you that you are not alone on this journey. A global community of believers stands with you, each declaring that endless wealth is ours for the taking. We are part of a divine movement, a family of faith that refuses to be confined by circumstances or statistics. We serve a God who specializes in the impossible and delights in bestowing lavish grace upon His children. Let your praises rise. Even if you're in a small apartment or in a mansion, whether you have $1 million or a single coin, begin to praise God for the shift that is happening. Your praise is a declaration that your hope is not in material possessions, but in the One who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Watch how praise accelerates your breakthrough. Chains that have bound your finances, your health, or your peace of mind will begin to break off. Doors will open in the realm of business, ministry, or personal relationships simply because you have chosen to magnify the giver above the gift. This is your hour, beloved. This is the tipping point where everything begins to accelerate. Do you feel that surge of adrenaline, that electricity running through your veins? That is your spirit coming alive to its destiny. You are a king, a queen, set apart to reign in this life. The hardships you faced were not an indictment of who you are. They were the catalyst that awakened you to your royal identity. Walk in that identity now. Dress yourself in the robes of confidence, for you have been crowned with favor. Speak as royalty speaks, with kindness, authority, and unwavering conviction. Some will doubt you. That is inevitable. They will question your sudden rise, your unwavering faith, and your declaration of endless wealth. Let them watch. Let your testimony speak for itself. When the fruit of God's promise becomes evident in your life, it will silence every skeptic. Stay humble, stay gracious, and let the glory go where it belongs, to the one who made all this possible. In doing so, you will inspire others to step into their own promises, creating a ripple effect of faith and transformation. I encourage you to check your heart right now. Is there anything you're holding on to? Any unforgiveness, resentment, or unhealed wound that could hinder the flow of this blessing? Release it. Surrender it into God's hands. Do not let bitterness sabotage your open door. The fullness of your wealth requires the fullness of your heart to be surrendered. When you release these burdens, you create space within yourself for the new things God wants to deposit. The Lord is doing a new thing, even at this very moment. Have you not perceived it? Miracles are lining up in front of you like a procession of gifts waiting to be unwrapped. Step forward with reverence and excitement. Peel back the layers of each blessing one by one. With each unwrapped gift, your faith will multiply, fueling the next miracle and the next. This chain reaction of blessings is how God demonstrates His lavish nature. Now take another deep breath. Let your lungs fill with the breath of possibility. Exhale every trace of fear. You are being ushered into the next dimension of favor, and fear has no place there. Fear will try to cling to you, whispering lies about your unworthiness or the risks involved in stepping out. Respond to those lies with the truth of your identity. You are chosen, called, anointed, and equipped. No weapon formed against you can prosper when your confidence rests in the Almighty. Focus on the internal shift happening right now. Where there was once uncertainty, there is a bold assurance. Where there was once timidity, there is a lion's roar. Where there was once scarcity, there is the inexorable promise of endless wealth. This transformation is not the work of any motivational speech, it is the movement of God in your life. Surrender to it fully and watch how quickly your external reality conforms to the internal power you now embody. Some of you might still be hesitating, thinking, it's too late for me, or I've missed my opportunity. Understand this: God's timeline is perfect. Your age, your past failures, your missed chances, none of these disqualify you. If anything, they prepare you for an even greater testimony. Remember Sarah, who conceived long past the age of natural childbearing, or Moses, who began his leadership in the wilderness after many years of obscurity. Your potential is not diminished. It is simply waiting for the right conditions to emerge. And those conditions are aligning now. Feel the hope rise in your heart. Let your faith take flight. If you are ready to move in tandem with this word, type 777 once again. Flood the comments with your declaration of readiness. Send a signal to heaven and earth that you are no longer content with half measures. You are stepping fully into your calling, your abundance, your inheritance. Every action you take today, every prayer, every comment, every step of faith draws you closer to the fullness of this promise. Now, notice how your perspective on money, opportunity, and success is already shifting. You are seeing beyond the limitations of the natural realm. You are recognizing that the door to endless wealth is a divine appointment, not a random chance. Step through it with reverence. This is holy ground, a moment when heaven and earth converge to release a blessing that will mark the rest of your days. Though naysayers will attempt to dampen your enthusiasm, do not let them deter you. Remember, opposition often arises when a major breakthrough is imminent. Stand firm, anchored in the knowledge that what God has promised, He will fulfill. Those who question your journey today might be the very ones seeking your counsel tomorrow when they witness how powerfully your life has been transformed. Let your imagination soar. Picture the day when you can freely invest in a dream project or help a friend in need without worrying about your own bills. Envision yourself sowing into worthwhile causes, funding ministries that change lives, and supporting charitable organizations that mend broken communities. Imagine traveling the world, or even just taking a day off to celebrate the small joys of life, all because your mind is free from financial strain. That is the reality you are being ushered into, and it is far closer than you think. Keep pressing in. The anointing you feel now is a glimpse of what it is like to live daily in the presence of miraculous provision. Cultivate it through worship, prayer, and unwavering focus on God's promises. The more you dwell in this realm, the less the world's negativity and doubt can penetrate your spirit. You are building a fortress of faith that stands unshaken amidst economic downturns, personal trials, or unexpected challenges. Yes, storms will come, but they will no longer threaten to capsize you. Instead, you will walk on water, moving through every challenge with divine grace. Your testimony will become a lifeline for those around you, demonstrating that the storms that once caused fear can now be platforms for miracles. At this point, I urge you to be vigilant. As you break through into new territory, there may be battles you have never faced before, but do not be intimidated. Goliaths appear only when Davids are prepared to rise. Every giant you face is an opportunity for God to show His strength. Rather than backing down, confront these challenges head-on, confident that you are empowered to triumph. You are set apart, dear chosen one. The people of the world may not understand why you speak of endless wealth with such conviction. They will question your unshakable peace. But you will continue to stand because your faith is rooted in a higher reality. Even now, angelic forces are being dispatched to pave the way for your success. You might not see them, but you will certainly see the results of their work. Keep your eyes on the prize of your calling. Your wealth is not just for you. It is for building a legacy that resonates through the lives of others. Let that truth guide you in every financial decision you make. Seek divine wisdom on how to invest, how to grow, how to manage your time and talents. Invite God into your strategic planning sessions. Ask Him for innovative ideas and fresh insights. He is the ultimate visionary, and He loves to partner with those who invite Him into their work. Remember that a closed hand cannot receive. If you want to experience endless wealth, keep your hands open. Open to give, open to share, open to receive. Generosity is a divine principle that sets you apart from the scarcity mindset so many people are trapped in. Give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is more than a scriptural quote. It is a law woven into creation. As you sow, you shall also reap. Perhaps you have sown in tears, wondering why you faced so much resistance. Know that you will reap in joy, for the season of harvest is upon you. The seeds of faith and sacrifice you planted in the dark will spring forth into the light. Those who doubted you will marvel at the lushness of your fields, the abundance of your harvest. But you will point upward, giving glory to the one who sent the rain and caused the growth. You are not just stepping into a better life, you are stepping into your destiny. Every fiber of your being is aligning with a higher purpose. You will look back on this time as the moment everything changed, the moment you finally said yes to God's invitation to live beyond the limits. That yes carries profound weight. It summons the miraculous, draws in resources, and confounds the skeptics. Your yes is the key that unlocks the door to endless wealth. Stay teachable. Pride can derail even the most promising journey. Recognize that your blessings do not make you better than others, they simply reveal the immeasurable goodness of God. Walk humbly, share your story, and mentor those who are where you once were. Keep your heart soft and your ears attentive to the whisper of the Spirit, for He will guide you into even greater revelations of what is possible. Every day, choose to fill your mind with words of life. Feed your spirit with messages that stir faith and vision. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your breakthroughs rather than resent them. Seek out those who are also stepping through the door of endless wealth, so you can strengthen each other in times of testing and rejoice together in seasons of harvest. This unity magnifies blessing. If any doubt creeps back, counter it with testimonies, your own or those of others who have walked a similar path of faith. Recount how far you have come, how many hurdles you have already surmounted. Reflect on the unexplainable shifts you have witnessed just since you began embracing this message. Sometimes, the greatest form of spiritual warfare is a simple reminder of God's faithfulness. Yes, the journey may still feel overwhelming at times, but remember that you stand upon the shoulders of spiritual giants. The same God who parted the Red Sea, who rained manna from heaven, and who raised Lazarus from the grave, is actively working in your life. Nothing is too hard for Him. He is not limited by your past, your environment, or your qualifications. He chooses whom He wills, and He has chosen you. So stand tall, let your shoulders straighten, let your head lift. You are stepping through a door that no human hand can shut, a door leading to a realm of possibility that defies logic. Your finances will shift in ways that leave you awestruck. Your opportunities will multiply, your network will expand, and all the while, your spirit will remain firmly anchored in the one who is the true source of every blessing. Take a moment to breathe this in. Let gratitude surge through your veins. You might feel a welling up in your eyes or a burning in your chest, but it is the Spirit confirming that these words are not empty. They carry an anointing meant to transform, to elevate, and to set you on a path of unimaginable grace. Now, beloved listener, if you have stayed with me through this journey, know that you are part of a chosen remnant, a group of believers who will shake the foundations of complacency in this generation. By walking through this door of endless wealth, you become a testimony of God's redemptive power. People will look at you and see evidence that hope is never lost, that miracles are still alive and well, that with faith all things are truly possible. You may sense a gentle prodding on your heart, telling you to share this message with someone who needs encouragement. Obey that nudge. Spread the hope. Your small act of sharing could be the spark that ignites life-changing faith in another soul. Do not hesitate. Move as the Spirit leads, for these words are not meant to be hoarded. And so we stand here, together, on holy ground. The door to endless wealth is open. The call has been made. The question now is, will you walk through? Will you dare to believe that this is your moment, your divine appointment, your turning point from lack to overflow, from worry to worship, from limitation to liberation? If you are ready to say yes, then type 777 right now. Let heaven and earth bear witness to your act of faith. Lock arms with countless others around the globe who are also stepping into their promised land. You are not alone. We are collectively rising, collectively declaring that the era of scarcity is over. Now is the time for the children of God to shine like never before. Take courage, dear friend.